64 Tacos Podcast presents Is This Song Good? This is episode 15. Tropical Fuck Storm, G.A.F.F.
Okay, welcome back to 64 Tacos Is This Song Good podcast. This week we're doing a song called G.A.F.F. It's an acronym G.A.F.F. By a
if
band.
You've got children listening, send them away.
Yes, this may be a slightly offensive podcast.
Or senses.
Yes.
So G.A.F.F. stands for Give a Fuck Fatigue. And the band that created this is Tropical Fuck Storm.
I've got to say, this is probably my favorite band name and song title that we've done so far.
It's easy to remember.
So this is an Australian band, and they don't give any fucks about dropping F-bombs. But some of their other music is actually pretty tame. So, yeah. Anyway, this song is a new one of theirs coming from their album that's coming out pretty soon called Deep States. And I hadn't really heard it much before, so I wanted to see what you guys thought about it, and just a little bit more background. I have listened to this band a bit. I've liked some of their songs. Some of the songs are a little bit too in your face or kind of abrasive and offensive. But I really like their style and what they're trying to do, which is, to me, it feels different from a lot of other stuff that's out there. So what did you guys think?
All right. So I will hop in here. So yeah, I loved the lyrics. It's very, very specific. It's very in your face. And, it also like puts a finger on something that exists that I don't think I've heard another band try to do. And it suits the music really, really well. Same with his vocals. And even that super atonal guitar solo, it just works weirdly. If you drop that in a different song, it certainly wouldn't work. I thought it was weirdly enjoyable in a sort of, not safe for work kind of way. And I also enjoyed the video, which is bananas. If I could just, one thing I noticed when I was listening to it is, you know how the comment section of YouTube videos are the worst place in the world. But I will say the first comment on this one is fairly appropriate, and that is, this dude says, "That's a big old line of Australia's finest homemade Coke." And I was like, yep, that's how I felt when I was watching that. Pretty off the wall. But yeah, I thought it was well written and sort of really in your face and kind of great.
Yeah, this is not my favorite genre of music. I don't even know where it would fit exactly. Maybe that's the problem.
Art punk.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's punky. It reminds me of,
it's almost rap.
Yeah, it's got some rage in it. It's got some Sublime in it. It's got some what other late 90s bands can I relate this to? So even like Offspring with the funk aspect of it.
Or a little industrial flavor to it.
And a little industrial too, a little Nine Inch Nails in there. And I like all those bands in small doses. But I loved this song. The lyrics are amazing. And I never went and read the lyrics as I was listening to the song, because I kind of felt like I liked that a lot of it went over my head.
Yeah.
But then just the hook of, he's kind of done giving a fuck about things. Yeah. Just that basic notion makes me so happy, because man, I feel that sometimes at the end of the day, we're just a whole bunch of things went wrong, and you're trying to just get through the day and get home, and it's like, well, no, I'm done caring about this. My give a fuck has been worn out for the day. It is, and yeah, that whole thing, and then obviously this is he gets more political and stuff, and more social than just a bad day at work, but yeah, no, I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun listening to this one, even though I don't particularly care for the music style.
Yeah, that was the thing that kind of like struck me about it. Is like, at first it was just like, oh, well, this is kind of an acid trip of a song.
Right.
It's kind of too out there, but the mood that it captures is like exactly how I've been feeling like the last, I don't know, 6 months, a year, maybe. I'm right there with all the things that they're talking about. And yeah, and like you said, I mean, I did go and read the lyrics, but I think it is better with sort of that ambiguity, because it's more about just the stream of consciousness, like, and this sucks, and this is, and I'm cynical about this, and this is really bad, and this, you don't really need to go deeper than that, or read between the lines. But I do love the everybody's going nuts, their drugs are on drugs line. There are a couple lines that really kind of like popped out, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think there was like a Street Fighter Ryu,
Haruken.
Haruken thrown in there.
That's what prompted me to watch the video. I was like, oh God, I hope they're playing Street Fighter 2 in the video.
Where did that come from? But I like that they kind of throw that in, and like, like there's the sort of really the wordiness of the verses, and then there's the chorus with the kind of the female singer doing the higher register and stuff. And yeah, so I wasn't really sure going into this how much I would like it, but the more I listened to it, I definitely, it's one of these that, as far as songs by this band, this one definitely rises up among the others.
Yeah, I don't think the style of the actual music track is like kind of essential for the song working as well as it does. I feel like if it had been in a sort of a more palatable style, right, it wouldn't sort of get across the sort of like, it's almost like a post-apocalyptic, sort of like screwed up Brave New World thing, where he's just like everything has gone wrong, and it's everything's worse, and he's to the point where he just he's not necessarily saying he doesn't actually care. He's just like, nope, I can't make myself care right now, and it feels like everything's off the rails. Yeah.
I've done too much giving a fuck, and I can't do it anymore.
And now it's time to do a line of Australian Coke and noodle around on the guitar a little bit.
Well, it's like a 60 years later, like a early 60s Bob Dylan song, in the sort of like density of like the rhymes and the lyrics, except for like the world's so different now, we're complaining about such different things. The line I liked was, when I'm talking arm's length, I'm talking knuckle draggers. I just like the writing on that.
Yep.
It just makes it conjures something in your head while also being kind of clever, and I don't know. It's like there's so much density to, like, every line is like 2 or 3 different things, turning in on itself, and like self-contained rhymes, and it's amazing. I think the writing is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a latte and a fucking phone charger. We've all been there, man.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much they're all quotable lines. That's what's so great about it. It's all quotable. So even if you don't catch every line, like if you're like Dave and you're not reading the lyrics, anytime you do catch a line, you're like, oh, that's a good one. Shit, like that's.
Yeah, no, it was a fun way to listen to it. Like, sometimes I will read the lyrics along with, and I think that has a lot of value. But man, this one was just catching the nuance every now and then, because the song's definitely meant to make you feel uncomfortable, because you can't follow the whole song the whole way through. There's no doubt about it. There's no way you could without reading the lyrics. And I don't even know how he memorize this because it makes no sense.
Right.
It's just so many little thoughts all crammed together in
Yeah, it's not a narrative. It's just a collection
exactly
of like angry apathy,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel like the vote will be clear on this one, but I will say that I think this is a good song. It is a really good song.
I do too. I think it was a good song. The first time I was a little worried, but that was also because I had just gotten done with last week's song, and I thought, oh man, they really fucked me over today.
Yeah.
You gave us a nice Belle and Sebastian, and we're like, screw you, Dave.
Belle and Sebastian, nice little ballad, little storytelling.
Yeah.
But then this one, once I got into it, man, I really liked it. So yeah, it's definitely a yes. This is a good song for me.
Yep, I'm going yes as well. Any doubt I had, of this being a opposite direction one of theirs, this one is definitely the right way. So yeah,
This is a good tropical fuck storm, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yep. There are others too, but this is definitely top tier, I'd say.
Yep.
All right. Well, that means next week we're going to switch things up a little bit. These first 15 now, we've all tried to find songs that the others haven't heard. But what we're going to do next week and for the next few weeks is we're going to talk about cover songs. And I picked the Patti Smith,
I think.
Anyway, Patti Smith version of the Nirvana song "Smells Like Teen Spirit." So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to that and have a discussion about what we like better about the original and what we like better about the cover and stuff like that. So tune in next week for that discussion.
All right.
I caught it on audio